right? That should be a big light bulb going off, that the biggest companies in the world recognize that we are in a power struggle here, and access to low cost, zero carbon, and uninterruptible power is the key to the game.
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up your seatbelts. Making this video breakdown, it absolutely excites me that I have physical proof that they are for a fact attempting to distract you all via the mainstream media outlets. In today's video breakdown, I'm going to prove to you all that they are lying and misleading the general public. They're not going to show you any of the video clips that I'm going to share with you all, or display any of the fundamentals that I'm going to share with you all in today's video breakdown. So make sure that you do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe, helping boost the YouTube algorithm and push these video breakdowns out to more individuals like yourselves that are interested in learning the truth about this digital asset ecosystem, what's really happening behind the scenes via these individuals with actual valid credentials in this space, telling you guys what's happening and not misleading you guys. Wow, I mean, wow, I cannot believe what I'm about to show you today. Make sure that you stick around for the entirety of this video breakdown. It's going to absolutely blow your mind, regardless of what you're invested in, whether it's Bitcoin, XRP, HBAR, so on and so forth. We're not here to debate that, but what I'm here to show you all today is that they are for a fact withholding information from the general public because they know what is about to happen. And that is, right now, we as manual retail investors are for a fact beating the institutions, and they don't want you to know that. How do we know that that is a fact? Because a leading expert at the DTCC holding valid credentials said it publicly just a couple of hours ago on YouTube. Take a second and listen.
There's a couple of things that are a little bit different about this. This is the first time in our history where we've seen actually retail lead and institutional follow, but
we now know and have confirmation for a fact. I guarantee you nobody on Twitter that's a naysayer, nobody on, the general media outlets has more credentials than an individual representative that works at the DTCC, where they process quadrillions, again, quadrillions of dollars on an annual basis. All right. And she just said publicly on YouTube, I posted that video breakdown just the other day on X, and it went viral, over 40,000 impressions. Man, let me tell you what, people are really starting to wake up. So we need to continue to boost that algorithm. Do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button. I'm done my rant. I just wanted to show you guys again that we are beating the institutions. Now, let me show you guys some perspectives that mainstream is pumping out to you guys, and people, the every average day citizen. I can't say my followers are, because I know you guys are tapped in, right? But the every average day citizen is 110% drinking up this juice and believing this nonsense. And it would behoove you all to not pay attention to this. This is why I stress that you guys stop following these bullish moonboy hopium addicts, these people that do nothing but pump up your dopamine and lie to you. And instead you follow valid researchers like myself and many others out there that are constantly putting out good information and education to you guys. Okay. Wow. This video is going to blow your freaking mind. So we got Bill Mayer, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly, saying that Bitcoin and crypto mining is nonsense, and that crypto is absolutely ridiculous and it's too expensive and And I'm going to prove to you all bit by bit that he is lying on national television. This should be taken down, right? This should be taken down. This is a lie. And I'm going to physically prove this to you guys. So let's just look at this gentleman's credentials to compare some other individual representatives whom I'm going to share information with you all today. All right. So we got Bill Mayer, an American comedian, political commentator, and television host. That's about it. I can't find any of his other credentials, but that's what it says on his LinkedIn profile. We're also going to be listening to perspectives today. So take into consideration comparing the two credentials from Salman Khan, Chief Financial Officer at Mara Holdings. Okay. Look at his previous credentials. He worked at the California Resources Corporation, where he was the Director of New Energy Ventures and Renewable Energy, nominated to establish the CRC's portfolio of renewable energy projects, leading all aspects of the renewable energy business from idea generation, financial modeling, and developer selection. All right. So take into consideration when I play this stuff for you guys, who you should be taking information from. Bill Mayer, a comedian, a television host, or an individual that literally worked, right, in the renewable energy project for California Resources Corporation. I'm just saying, people, wow. Okay. If you don't know what California Resources Corporation is, they're an independent energy and carbon management company committed to energy transition in the sector. All right. You guys can just read a little about that. I just wanted to show you guys this gentleman's credentials. Then we're going to be listening to some video clips from this gentleman right here. Okay, this is Patrick Flores, the Chief Financial Officer at TeraWolf. He brings 22 years of finance experience in capital markets, principal investing, and advisory roles, most recently serving as a founding member of the credit team at Platinum Equity, where he was responsible for public and private credit investments. Before that, he was a managing director at Blackstone's global credit platform, and he began his career in a global energy and power investment banking group at Bank of America Securities. Okay, come on now, people. So let me roll this video clip for you guys, and I'm going to show you all that this gentleman right here just lied to everybody on TV, and people are clapping, people are cheering. You got other people that are talking to Bill Mayer, supporting what he's saying. It is absolute nonsense, and this is why I try to show you guys on this platform, be careful what information you are consuming. Today's video breakdown is going to prove that they are misleading the general public, and it is my opinion, this is not a fact, but it is my opinion that it is because they, though people in control of this world, know exactly what is about to happen, and that is that trillions of dollars are about to flood into this digital asset space over the coming years. So take a second and let's listen to what this individual, Bill Mayer, oh man, has to say about crypto, and then we're going to debunk what he says by showing you guys individuals with actual valid credentials completely just annihilate what he says. Take a second and listen here.
Here's the other big secret about crypto that nobody talks about. This bugs me so much. We just had Bjorn talking about the environment. All the progress that we're making with green energy is being sucked away by crypto. Crypto uses 8% of total electricity. They're data centers, they're mining, this nonsense of finding a number. I can't even go through the whole thing. It's so ridiculous what crypto really is.
That's why it's, of course, this is like Trump's final business just before the election. Of course he'd end up in crypto. It's a grifter's paradise.
It's a comparable to putting 15.7 million additional gas-powered cars on the road. So as we take them off to go to electric, crypto eats it all up and goes the other way.
I don't even know what to say. He talks about crypto and how it's comparable to putting 15 million gas-powered cars on the road. I'm going to debunk that right away. He talks about how Bitcoin mining is not energy efficient and da-da-da-da-da. And then the lady goes on to make it political, talks about Trump. And of course, Trump would be involved. It's a grifter's paradise, crypto, right? This is exactly what I'm talking about. They are misleading people. This is freaking mind-blowing. So let me just completely debunk everything that he just said. Okay, let's head over here. All right, right off the bat, we're gonna listen to that gentleman, Salman, what's his name, Salman Khan, where he goes on to talk about how Bitcoin is being utilized to balance out the energy grid. Okay. Specifically, he mentions balancing out the energy grid. So let's take a second here and let's listen. We're going to play 3 different video clips. I'm going to read a fundamental. And then when we're going to go back to what the gentleman Bill Mayer said about how crypto right now is comparable to adding another 15 million cars into the ecosystem, gas powered, by the way, he mentioned, and it's not green or energy efficient. We're going to debunk that as well. So take a second here and listen to what this gentleman Solomon says.
Well, Marathon is there's a history of Marathon being an asset-light company. And years ago, our CEO and chairman at that time raised $750 million from capital markets and deployed that capital to buy miners at attractive prices at that time, and rented space, rack space, and operated that way. Beginning of this year, we announced 2 major acquisitions with 3 data centers here in the United States, with 690 megawatts of operational capacity, and further expandable to 900, almost a gigawatt in terms of capacity. So with that, now we are 50-50 split between asset light and asset heavy. What that has allowed us to do is to be more efficient from an operating perspective, deploying our state-of-the-art technology, but also
also finding those opportunities where we can do the energy arbitrage. Now, one thing to realize is that this is a known secret in this industry. Bitcoin miners do act as an intermittent power consumers. We do act as the balancing factor to the grid, and that is a very important aspect, because when we compare this to AI and other industries where you have base load electricity, you need 24 hours of electricity. You can't be driving your Tesla and suddenly your service went down and your auto driving cell feature stopped because as a result of that. In this case, you have that intermittency capability that is a strength in this industry.
So I'll play another video clip, but you guys heard him right there. Bitcoin mining is a balancing factor to the energy grid.
We do act as the balancing factor to the grid.
Now let's hear him talk about this perspective a little bit further here.
Salman, what do you tell investors about why they should be marathon shareholders?
Well, this is as you said, institutional investors are interested in this space much more than they were a few months ago, just a few months ago. And we're seeing that that phone bell ringing and the interest significantly increasing. The 13Fs came out fairly recently, and we're seeing a much more higher ownership interest from an institutional perspective. We're close to 60% now owned by institutional investors. And this shows how much interest this space has been creating for institutional holdings. Now, when it comes to long term, as you said, every 4 years having happened, right? And the question becomes, what is the future of this space? Right now, we believe the way utility scale mining exists, 4 to 8 years from now, things will look very different. And mining will not be the traditional utility scale mining the way it exists today. It will be what we call the energy harvest business, that we created a business unit in addition to the utility scale mining that is focused on, for example, we are heating 11,000 homes in Finland utilizing Bitcoin mining. And those are the kind of innovations that you see when you have the scale, when you are a large player and you are looking at the future from a longevity standpoint. You invest in these newer technologies and newer ways of doing business, and we're very proud to be part of that. And
okay, so I'll pause it there. But he mentions and talks about how they're heating homes in Finland, right? Okay, look at how many freaking videos or views this video has. 348. All right, let's go back over to the Bill Mayer clip. All right, 142,000 impressions. This just goes to show that the average individual is being misled, that this information is what's being pumped out there to the masses. And this stuff over here is the stuff that's being suppressed. This is the type of info that we share on the CYPRX Discord. Okay. If you don't want to be misled and you don't want to be confused and debacled as to what's really happening behind the scenes, and you want information from people with valid credentials, come tap into the CYPRX community. Let's move on. Let's migrate, because remember, he just mentioned and talked about how there are heating 11. So I think he said 11,000 homes or something like that, 15,000 homes, something like that, whatever the number was in Finland. Well, check this out. Okay. This just goes to show that the individual, Bill, on national television is lying. September 15th, 2024. Norway town campaigns, to close Bitcoin mine. Electricity costs jump 20%. What? Residents of Hadsel, a Norwegian municipality that pushed to shut down a local Bitcoin mine, are now facing a spike in their electricity bills due to the lost revenue for the local power company. The operation was shut down during the week of September 9th. While many residents were initially pleased after campaigning for several years to close it, the mine's closure, representing around 20% of the electricity distribution provider Norinet's income, I'm probably butcher that, means local electricity bills will rise to compensate for the lost revenue, right? And what did the gentleman say? That Bitcoin mining is being utilized to balance out the energy grid. This is just more physical freaking proof. This is insane, okay? So it says right here that their energy bills are estimated to rise roughly around $235 to about $280. Okay. I mean, this is just insane to see that this is happening over some noise complaints. Okay. And I'm telling you guys right now, just like the gentleman said, this is going to be the future. So we're going to go back to this video clip. Okay. And I want to play that gentleman Paul, what's his name? Let me just show you guys what his name. Patrick Fleury, sorry. Listen to what he says about the largest organizations in the world invested in Bitcoin mining, and how he mentions, he doesn't say specifically you should go out and invest, but that should ring a bell to you guys that what's really happening behind the scenes is these large organizations know what's happening. And this is exactly what I'm trying to show you all. This is the information that they're not going to share with you guys on the mainstream media platforms. Take a second and listen to what this gentleman, Patrick, here says.
What's the source of your power, though, too?
Yeah, so we are behind the meter at one of the nation's largest nukes. That facility is called Susquehanna. It's a 2,500 megawatt nuke in Western Pennsylvania. We actually, some of you may have seen it in the news, but Amazon recently bought that site from our partner. So they are actually our new landlord. They paid $650 million for land and a substation and the right to purchase up to 700 megawatts from the nuke in the future, right? That should be a big light bulb going off, that the biggest companies in the world recognize that we are in a power struggle here, and access to low cost, zero carbon and uninterruptible power is the key to the game. We also mine at another site.
Right? Just completely obliterated everything that this clown on the internet was just saying to you guys publicly on television. Okay. He just obliterated what this gentleman just said. Oh, Bitcoin's a fad. Bitcoin. And again, I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. Yeah, I hold some Bitcoin at the end of the day. But what I'm trying to get you guys to see is this is the stuff that they're spooking people to believe is the truth. When this gentleman right here with valid credentials just told you guys that Amazon invested $650 million in the infrastructure that lays the foundation for Bitcoin mining. People, if that does not spark interest or at least get you guys to see that they are hiding something behind the scenes, I do not know what else will. Keep in mind that the gentleman, Solomon, right? He mentioned that institutions are now interested, and I played the video clip of the DTCC representative just a couple of hours ago on YouTube confirming to you all that retail traders right now have the upper hand over financial institutions. Now, last but not least, okay, let's go back to this gentleman here. I want to play the last little portion of what he says. He talks about how crypto compared to 15 million gas-powered cars coming into the ecosystem. Listen here what he says.
That's why it's, of course, this is like Trump's final business just before the election. Of course he'd end up in crypto. It's a grifter's paradise.
It's a comparable to putting 15.7 million additional gas-powered cars on the road. So as we take them off to go to electric, crypto eats it all up and goes the other way.
This just shows that this man has no education on crypto at all whatsoever, freaking ever, people, because what just took place, this is from September 12th, 2024. Ford and Toyota file 43 different blockchain patents in Q2 2024, leading auto innovation. Ford and Toyota have bolstered their push into blockchain technology, significantly increasing their patent filings during the second quarter of 2024. Data from Global Data Patent Analytics and Just Auto shows both companies are doubling down on efforts to advance blockchain-based vehicle solutions. So do you really freaking think that the statistic that this gentleman just mentioned to you guys is true, considering that Ford and Toyota, which are two of the biggest automotive competitors in the world, are doing behind the scenes? It says right here, Toyota's recent patent focuses on leveraging blockchain for managing non-fungible tokens linked to vehicles in dealer stores. This approach guarantees accurate vehicle tracking, positioning Toyota as the top patent filer in the global automotive blockchain space for Q2 2024. Ford takes second place with State Farm Mutual Automobile Insurance following in third. Okay. And you can read about these if you just take it upon yourself to do research. Look at this. This is from July 26, 2024. Engines and tech. Toyota is considering integrating Ethereum blockchain into its vehicles. Into its vehicles. What did this gentleman just say? Oh my God. People, do me a favor, please, ladies and gentlemen. It would really help boost the algorithm. Smash that thumbs up button. Make sure that you're subscribed. Okay. This is freaking mind-boggling proof that they are misleading the general public. Okay. If this video breakdown does not show you guys that you should be tapped in to the info that we're providing here at CYPRX, so that way you actually know what's happening behind the scenes, I truly don't know what else will. This was a banger video breakdown, again, showing you guys why we stress here to be careful what info you are consuming. Please just be careful. That's all we're asking. Follow the institutions, figure out what the large organizations are doing behind the scenes. You guys heard the gentleman, right? You know, freaking he mentioned Amazon. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart now because I'm like so just like this is mind blowing that this even happened. Gaslighted that this took place. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't share the screen. This is the website right here. I forgot to switch over. Toyota is considering integrated Ethereum blockchain into its vehicles. This is from July 26, 2024. Just to reiterate, right? And it says Toyota is one of the largest automotive companies in the world, planning to integrate Ethereum blockchain tech into its future development of its vehicles. I mean, come on now, people. Who are you going to believe? A comedian on the internet or people, organizations that are actually putting in work behind the scenes to, you know, completely transition into this digital infrastructure? With that being said, I'm gonna let it breathe from there. All right. I hope you guys now see what it is that we're trying to show you guys here at CYPRX, why we play these video clips that barely have any views, right? People would much rather fill their brains with the dopamine, excuse me, fixed information. And so many people are going to get left behind. It's so sad that we're living through an era of education and information, but people are neglecting to take advantage of opportunities of having a freaking cyborg at your fingertips that'll literally answer anything for you if you question it properly, right? Many blessings to you guys. Make sure that you're subscribed. If you guys want access to any of the information that we share here, we share it well in advance, all in the CYPRX Discord. Literally yesterday, one of the CYPRX researchers unloaded like 100 different fundamentals that will never reach the mainstream. Video breakdowns, PDFs, documents, panel discussions that are up and coming with large financial participants, all on those panels, large organizations in the crypto native industry. Man, let me tell you what, such good research here at CYPRX. Come join the Discord. We'd love to have you on the team. And if not, make sure that you're subscribed, smash that thumbs up button because the YouTube is free and it does help boost the algorithm and make this channel grow. We do appreciate the love and the support. And as always, many blessings to you guys. Be cognizant, be aware out there, and I'll see you all in the next video breakdown.